what we did in the last class, and then we will start with the different types of contract. Anyone remembers contract, agreement, and what is a promise? Okay, let's do it again. The Indian Contracts Act 1873. What is an agreement? An agreement is something, an agreement which is enforceable by law is called as a contract. So, for me to have a contract, it should first be an agreement where there is an offer and acceptance, and there should also be a legal obligation. Am I audible, students? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, what is a contract? It should have an offer, there should be an acceptance to that offer, and there should be legal obligation. Legal obligation means there should be some lawful intention of carrying on that contract. Otherwise, it would not be considered as a contract. What is an agreement? An agreement is just an offer plus an acceptance. It need not have a legal obligation. So it can be expressed or it can also be implied. It can be just orally or written on a statement. So Section 2C of the Indian Contract Act defines the term agreement as every promise or each set of promises forming the consideration for each other. Definitely, when I say offer and acceptance, there needs to be an element called consideration for which I enter. For example, I sell goods. So I sell goods at a cost of some amount, at least 10,000. So 10,000 is a consideration, and selling of the goods is a consideration for each of the parties. Now, what is a promise? A promise is only when accepted. A proposal or an offer when accepted becomes a promise. Thus, promise might be an implied or an accepted offer, whereas an agreement also can be an implied or an accepted, but for it to be legally, it is better that it is written. For example, we did with the house rent agreement. So it is an agreement between two parties which is signed by two persons. It is legally also, so it is an agreement, it is a contract as such. Whereas a promise is only an offer and an acceptance. Legal obligation means that there should be some legal effect accordingly which is enforceable by law. So the law of contract, it should have some legal effect. Thus, to become a contract, an agreement must have an accompanying legal obligation, that is, it must be enforceable by law. Only then it becomes a contract, otherwise it would not be a contract. So the three main essential elements of a contract are: it should be an agreement, there should be an offer and an acceptance, and finally it should be lawfully or legally, there should be some legal obligation. Now, how do I distinguish what is the major difference between a contract and an agreement? The first one is an agreement consists of an offer and its subsequent acceptance, whereas a contract is composed of an agreement and its legal enforceability. So, this legal enforceability is absent in the case of an agreement. When I say a legal relationship should be there, it is related. An agreement may not create a legal relationship, whereas a contract creates a legal relationship or an obligation. What is the scope? Every agreement does not give rise to a contract, but a contract is all our contracts are agreements. So simply we can say that all agreements may not be contracts, but all contracts are primarily agreements. That is, a contract has a wider scope. And finally, enforceability by law. A contract is legally enforceable, whereas an agreement is not necessarily so. And then we did with what are the essential elements of a valid contract. First, there should be a valid offer and an acceptance. Only if something is offered in consideration, there should be something which is accepted. For example, A sells goods to B at a cost of rupees 10,000. So here the offer is goods and it is accepted for a cost of rupees 10,000. So there should be an offer, there should be an acceptance which should be a consideration for both the parties A and B. So there should be a valid offer from one party and an acceptance from the other party. Intention to create legal relationship is another essential element. As we said, we did earlier itself, a contract should have a legal relationship, otherwise it does not become a contract. There should be some lawful obligation which has to be accepted. It cannot be like, for instance, I am saying black money or doing a business which is unethical. All this would not be considered. It should be something which creates a legal. All illegal activities should not be included in a contract. So the intention is to create legal relationship. Next comes the lawful consideration. It's an extension of what we did with legal relationship. There should be a consideration. For example, the first one, A sells goods to B at a cost of rupees 10,000. So there should be a consideration which is again lawful. Fourth one is capacity of parties. Both the parties should be in a capacity that they should not be insane, minor. All these would not be accepted to enter into a contract. Only they should be in a capacity to enter into a contract as per law. Free consent, which means they should not be forced to do and or enter into a contract. It should be coming on its own by their own willingness. So there should be a free consent both for an offer and as well as for an acceptance. Clear thing here, a valid offer and acceptance, intention to create legal relationship, lawful consideration, capacity of parties, and free consent. Free consent is they should not be forced or there should not be something involved like or at threatening to enter into a contract. Then it becomes a void contract. We just do with the different types, then we will do this as well. Legality of object. Again, since we say that a contract is a lawful, it has a legal obligation, the object, that is the main purpose of carrying on a contract, should be legal. The terms of the agreement must be certain. That is, it should be something which is measurable or which is doable. It should not be something which is not certain or which we cannot do. Agreement not declared void, which means it is not at the time when I enter into the agreement, or there should be that the object is also there. It should not be that the objective is not there. For instance, I order a goods which is there in the factory, or I place in an order for, I have a contract with an employee for 10,000 rupees where the goods are stored in a godown. Now what happens is this godown catches fire. So the contract itself would go void because the consider what is the amount there. The goods which I am selling, that itself is not available to me. So it becomes a void agreement. Since at the time of selling, yes, I had told that there are goods which are there, but while carrying on the transaction or while delivering, I find that the goods were destroyed. So in that case, the agreements become void. So it is important to see that when an agreement is made, both the offer and the acceptance are something which are available or which is in existence, which is not, otherwise it will become void or nullified. The next one is possibility of performance. It is an extension again of agreement not declared void. It should be something which is possible, something which is doable. And lastly is it should carry on with all the legal formalities or it should have legal obligations to just go through all these points of essential elements of a contract and see that all are clear to you. I'll just give you an example, tell me if it is a valid contract or not. Listen to this carefully. Any one of you can answer. Now A agrees to attend B's birthday party, but he is unable to attend due to some personal work. So can B sue A as the obligation? Can B sue A for not attending the party?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Why not? Here also I have two persons. What is an element which is why in what case you say no?
There is no legal obligation.
You cannot force. You cannot force. There is no legal obligation. Anything else?
It's like a promise thing, right, ma'am?
Okay, good. It is a promise. Then it is a promise. Legal obligation is absent. Apart from that, what is a major element which is absent here is consideration.
Paperwork.
There is no consideration. It is something which is personal. So I cannot call this as a contract. Okay. Another example case study. Mm. Okay, I'll give you another case study. Okay, now P agrees to sell a bike to Q for rupees 25,000. Is this an agreement, valid contract? I repeat, P agrees to sell his bike to Q for rupees 25,000.
Yes, ma'am. It's like a contract.
Yes. Why is it valid?
Documentation work will be there, ma'am.
Okay, because one, there is a consideration, two, there is an offer, and there is an acceptance, and there is a legal, it is lawful. It is nothing that which is not law. Okay, now this one, A lends rupees 1,000 to B. Now B is a minor. Is this a valid contract?
No, ma'am. It's an agreement like thing, ma'am. Both the parties will agree to pay the money like that.
Anyone else? A lends rupees 1,000 as cash to B, who is a minor. Is this an agreement or a contract?
Agreement.
Why is it not a contract?
Because he's an minor, so it's
Very good.
not
Since
come in.
A is a minor, any contract with a minor is not lawful. So it becomes void. That's why we cannot say that it is a contract. Okay, we'll do the last one. Okay, now there is a twist in this case. Just listen to this carefully. There is an agreement between R, a supplier of milk products. Okay, there is an agreement between R, a supplier of milk products, and S, a trader, by which the former would supply to the latter milk products worth rupees 200 daily. I again repeat, there is an agreement between R, who is a supplier of milk product, and S is the trader. by which he agrees that he will supply him milk products worth rupees 200 daily. Can I call this a contract? In simple terms, I'll tell you, there are A and B. A promises to B that I will supply you some milk products for rupees 200. Is this a contract? If yes, why? If no, why?
Because it's a like it's a company thing, ma'am. Like
It's a contract. Okay. Anyone else? I'll again repeat. A agrees to sell B certain milk products for rupees 200. Is this a contract?
No, ma'am, it's agreement, ma'am.
Okay, why? Why, ma'am?
I just don't know, ma'am. I thought it's just the agreement. I don't know the reason.
Okay. I tell you that this is not a valid contract. There is something which is absent here. Can you think about it?
consideration, ma'am.
He's selling it for rupees 200. Okay, let me repeat this once again. Pay attention. A agrees to sell B certain milk products for rupees 200. I say it's not a valid contract. No, and the contract here, Vaga. In the contract, I say that it's not a valid contract. Why?
Ma'am,
A promised
is
me
there no
agreement. I don't
invoice
want it.
generated? Like, like they don't have a invoice, because it is not illegal. Like he might be selling it without avoiding the taxes and all.
You are somewhere nearby this, but it's nothing related to the invoice. It's somewhere, there is some hint in this.
Agreement like
Don't bring agreement, promise, and all this. I'm telling you, this is a contract, but this contract is not valid contract. There is something which is absent in this contract.
ma'am, there is no surety, ma'am.
There is no.
Surety, ma'am.
How can you say there is no surety? He's telling that I'll sell certain milk products for rupees 200. Why surety is absent?
Later he can also cannot sell, no, ma'am.
That's why he's
It's a
entering into a
breakthrough.
contract. No?
He's giving only promise, no, ma'am. So he can't.
No, he says that this is a contract. I'm going to have a contract on a regular basis. I'm going to sell you this. But I still say this is an invalid contract. There is something which is missing here.
There is no law on legality, ma'am.
What? Explain what is law and legality.
Ma'am, if the person
There
is
is
not
an
supplying
offer.
milk, what
There
yes,
is
ma'am.
an
If the
offer.
person is
Hmm?
if the person is not going to sell for a day, ma'am, he may change the contractor, ma'am. For the day, he can change the contractor to supply for some other.
No.
Because it's a small amount, ma'am. 200 means. And even the farmer, the person who gets the milk, he can sue case on him, ma'am. Because they didn't made any legal agreements.
No. Also, planning on the operations of the process dialogue is in the human resources or scheduled or everything is estimated. Come on, students, think about it. Next comes
But the other party did not agree, ma'am. Is it? He has only made an offer, but he didn't accept it.
Okay, put yourself in that position.
Ma'am,
Put yourself in that position.
ma'am,
Hmm.
maybe he didn't specify the quantity which is going to be supplied to him for 200
Very
rupees.
good. This is what I was expecting. We had not specified the quantity which is supplied to them. So unless the quantity is specified, he can supply anything. Any milk products he can supply. That's why it is not, it's said to be that it's not a valid contract. Very clear. Okay, so now you are able to tell me what is the difference between an agreement, a contract, and a uh, what is a promise. Let's do this an example. Okay. Now X enters into agreement with Y to export certain goods. Okay, the goods are specified. When does this contract become void? I repeat, X enters into contract with Y to export certain goods. When does this contract become void? It is not valid.
Ma'am, and the goods specified will be illegal, ma'am.
Very good. When the goods specified are illegal, okay, then
Or any one other party not accepting for the offer, ma'am.
any other party or is not, or either of the parties are not okay with the terms and conditions, or if suppose a war breaks or some flood happens or something happens due to which the goods itself get destroyed, even in that case the contract becomes void. So I'm sure for that most of you are clear with what is a contract. It should have an offer, it should have an acceptance, there should be a proper offer which is specified, and it should have a lawful consideration. Legality should be there. It is not that I am doing anything which is illegal, which is there in the agreement which is mentioned. So all these are the essential elements of a contract. With the different types of contracts, we do it in the next class. Any doubts in this contract, agreement, and promise? No.
Ma'am, will the contract be void if the party is deceased?
Definitely yes. Because
What if the
person
contract is
itself,
on the name of the company and not the partner or not the person? Then
see,
will it
it's
be void?
come again.
What if the contract is in the name of the company and not the person, but
Then
the
it does
agreement
not
was
become
made
void.
through the
No,
person?
then it does not become void because company goes on forever. So it's only with the company. The next person, whoever takes over, would be there in charge. So it does not become void.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Only if it is two different individuals, then it would make a difference. Okay, we'll stop with this today. Uh, Yes, Praveen. Praveen, you can take.